One day, while fetching water at the stream, Adanna met an old woman struggling with a heavy pot of water on her head. Without hesitation, Adanna rushed to help her. As they walked back to the village together, the old woman began to ask Adanna questions about her life. Adanna shared her story, and to her great surprise, the old woman revealed herself to be her long-lost mother. Tears of joy streamed down Adanna's face as she hugged her mother tightly. It was a miracle. Her mother explained that she had been searching for Adanna ever since she was taken away by her uncles. To celebrate their reunion, the old woman gifted Adanna a beautiful bracelet adorned with intricate designs and sparkling stones. Once upon a time, in a small village in the heart of Africa, there lived a young girl named Adanna. She was from a wealthy family and had a loving father who cared for her deeply. Adanna's days were spent helping her father on their farm where they grew corns, yam, and beans. Her mother had passed away when she was very young, so it was just her and her father against the world. As years passed by, Adanna grew into a beautiful young girl. One sunny morning, tragedy struck. Adanna's father set out early for the farm as usual, but he never returned. He was ambushed on his way by a group of strangers who wanted to steal the harvest. Adanna was devastated when she heard the news. She was now an orphan with no one to care for her except her father's brothers. But things did not get better for Adanna. Her greedy and unkind uncles took over everything her father had left behind. They seized the house, the farm, and even the few animals they owned. Adanna was left with nothing but the clothes she wore. Her uncles decided she should live with her aunt, who was known to be very strict and unloving. Adanna's days turned bleak. Her aunt and 3 cousins treated her like a servant, making her do all the house chores while they lounged around. They would often taunt her about her father's misfortune and how she was now a burden to everyone. One day, while fetching water at the stream, Adanna met an old woman struggling with a heavy pot on her head. Without hesitation, Adanna rushed to help her. As they walked back to the village together, the old woman began to ask Adanna questions about her life. Adanna shared her story, and to her great surprise, the old woman revealed herself to be her long-lost mother. Tears of joy streamed down Adanna's face as she hugged her mother tightly. It was a miracle. Her mother explained that she had been searching for Adanna ever since she was taken away by her uncles. To celebrate their reunion, the old woman gifted Adanna a beautiful bracelet adorned with intricate designs and sparkling stones. She told Adanna that it was a special charm that would bring her happiness forever. The old woman asked Adanna to aid her get water to drink. On returning, Adanna could no longer find her. It was now clear that her mother's spirit had visited her. She was glad she helped her. From that moment, Adanna wore the bracelet every day. It seemed to bring her good luck and filled her heart with joy. The villagers noticed a change in Adanna. She seemed brighter, more confident, and always had a kind word for everyone. But one day, disaster struck again. Adanna noticed that the bracelet was missing from her wrist. She searched everywhere but could not find it. She suspected her aunts and cousins, who had always been jealous of her happiness and good fortune. When she confronted them, they laughed at her misfortune and denied knowing anything about the bracelet. Her aunt had taken the bracelet from her while she was sleeping, but unfortunately, The bracelet had disappeared. Her aunt could no longer find it. Confused on what was going on, she punished Adanna severely, thinking she had taken back the bracelet. She even chased her away from the house to the cold of the night. Determined to find her precious gift, Adanna set off on a journey through the village into the surrounding forest. She asked everyone she met if they had seen her bracelet, but no one had. Along the way, she faced so many challenges, from wild animals to treacherous rivers, but Adanna was brave and strong, just like her father had taught her to be. As she traveled, Adanna met a wise old sage who lived in a cave high up in the mountains. The sage listened to Adanna's story and nodded thoughtfully. He told her that her bracelet was not just a piece of jewelry, but a symbol of her inner strength and goodness. He encouraged her to look within herself for the answers she sought. With renewed determination, Adanna continued her journey. She helped villagers mend their homes, she nursed sick animals back to health, and she even rescued a trapped bird from a hunter's net. Everywhere she went, Adanna's kindness and courage touched the hearts of those around her. One day, as she rested by a quiet pond, Adanna saw a mischievous child playing nearby. Something about the child's laughter caught her attention. When she looked closer, she saw that the child was wearing her bracelet. "Stop!" Adanna called out gently. The child froze, wide eyed, and looked at Adanna with fear. "I am sorry," the child whispered, tears welling up in their eyes. "I found it near the stream and thought it was pretty. I didn't mean to take it away from you." Adanna knelt down and smiled warmly at the child. "It's okay," she said, gently, holding out her hand. "I am glad you liked it, but this bracelet is very special to me, and I have it. Can I have it back, please?" The child nodded quickly and handed the bracelet back to Adanna. As she fastened it around her wrist once more, she felt a surge of happiness and relief. The bracelet was back where it belonged. With the bracelet returned, Adanna's inner light shone brighter than ever before. She returned to the village with a heart full of gratitude and a newfound sense of purpose. The villagers welcomed her back with open arms, celebrating her bravery and kindness. Adanna's story spread throughout the village and beyond. She became known as a hero who had overcome great challenges and had never given up hope. Her journey taught everyone the importance of kindness, forgiveness, and believing in oneself. And so Adanna lived happily in the village, surrounded by friends who loved her and a community that admired her strength. She continued to wear her bracelet every day, not just as a beautiful piece of jewelry, but as a reminder of the love and courage that had guided her through her incredible journey. Adanna returned with the bracelet marked a turning point in the village. Her story of resilience, compassion spread far and wide, inspiring others to be kinder and more understanding. People came from neighboring villages to hear the tale firsthand, and parents told their children about the brave girl who never gave up. As the days turned into weeks, Adanna noticed a change in her aunts and cousins. They began to treat her with a newfound respect, no longer mocking her or making her do all the chores alone. Adanna knew that her journey had not only changed her, but also has touched the hearts of those around her. With each passing day, Adanna continued to help others. She repaired roofs damaged by storms, taught younger children how to read and write, and even started a small garden where she grew vegetables to share with those in need. The villagers marveled at her generosity and unwavering kindness. Months passed, and Adanna's story continued to resonate throughout the village. She became a trusted advisor to the village elders, who sought her counsel on matters both big and small. Her opinions were valued not just because of her bravery, but because of her compassion and understanding. One day, a merchant passing through the village heard about Adanna's bravery and kindness. He was so moved by her story that he offered to take her to the nearby city where he could where she could find opportunities beyond the village. Adanna thanked him for his kind offer, but declined politely. My place is here, she explained with a smile. I belong with my village and my people. Here, I can make a difference, no matter how small. The merchant nodded in understanding and presented Adana with a small gift, a pouch filled with seeds from exotic plants he had collected on his travels. These seeds are said to bring prosperity and good fortune, he told her. May they grow as strong and resilient as you. Adana accepted the gift gratefully and planted the seeds in her garden. True to the merchant's words, the plants flourished, filling her garden with vibrant colors and sweet scents. The villagers marveled at the sight, seeing it as a symbol of Adanna's unwavering spirit and the blessings she brought to their community. Adanna, however, became very rich just like her father. However, her uncles had lost everything they had collected from her when her father died and were wailing in poverty. As Adanna stood among her fellow villagers, watching the sun set over the horizon, she felt a deep sense of peace and contentment. She knew that her journey, though filled with challenges and hardship, had led her to this moment, a moment of happiness and fulfillment. And so, Adanna concluded with a smile. I learned that true happiness comes not from what we have, but from what we give. And as long as we have kindness in our hearts, we will always find our way home. The villagers nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with gratitude for the brave girl who had changed their lives forever. Adanna's story would be passed down through generations, a testament to the power of compassion and the enduring magic of the human spirit. And so, in that small village, nestled in the heart of Africa, Adanna's journey continued, a journey of love, courage, and the boundless possibility that awaited those who dared to dream. Hope you enjoyed that beautiful story. Please hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye bye.